Well, 14 Taliban fighters have been killed after gun battles outside the police headquarters in Afghanistan's Kandahar city. Bernard Smith is live in Kabul for the latest on this. Bernard, 14 Taliban fighters, tell us what happened.
Taimur, this seems to have been an organised and large-scale attack on the police headquarters right in the centre of Kandahar city. One suicide bomber blew himself up in a car bomb that was planted outside the police headquarters, we're told, and then another 10 attackers used at least 3 buildings around the police headquarters to then attack that building. Also elsewhere in Kandahar city, in another district, 3 suicide bombers blew up as they were on a motorcycle rickshaw, killing 4 children. The governor's spokesman thinks they also were on their way to that attack. Now, it happened at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Kandahar city, the hottest time of the day, about 45 degrees C, so there will not have been many civilians on the scene there, and they may have chosen that time as well because it might have been easier to get through checkpoints into the city, because when it's so hot, the police, I'm told, can be less rigorous at those checkpoints coming in. But nevertheless, 2 civilians and 3 police officers were also killed in the attack, and another about 20 or so people injured, Taimur.
With 14 suicide bombers, that would seem as if it could have been much worse. Were they prepared for this attack?
I think what the governor's spokesman is telling us is that some of them were wearing suicide vests. Others, of course, went knowing that they may die in this attack. It certainly seems that they were well prepared. Clearly, this either took several weeks of planning to get that number of attackers into Kandahar city, which, although it is an extraordinarily dangerous place, it is of course the home of the Taliban, it still would have taken some planning. There are still checkpoints on the perimeter of that city, and it's unlikely, I suspect, that they all got in on that day. It may well have taken some planning. If there's any possible sort of positive to be drawn from this, then we are told that this whole attack was subdued by Afghan security forces on their own. There were a couple of NATO helicopters flying above observing the operation, but last year easily we would not have been able to say that the Afghan security forces did this on their own, but we are being told that they did manage to do that this time round, Taimur.
All right, Bernard Smith in Kabul. Thanks, Bernard.